DSUR, that is Development Safety Update Report. Okay, so let's see. Development Safety Update Report, that is the DSUR. So it is a comprehensive annual review and evaluation of safety information relating to drug under development, which must be revised annually as necessary. The date the DSUR is due is the anniversary of the first CTA approval for trials with marketed products, and date is the first marketing authorization granted in the European Union. Okay, so now what is now this development safety update report? First of all, it is a aggregate report. Okay, it comes under the aggregate reports, and it is a comprehensive annual report, means it is submitted annually to the regulatory authority to review and evaluate the safety information which is related to the drugs which are under development, which are means which on which the clinical studies are still going on. And these reports, they need to be revised annually or as suggested by the regulatory authorities. So the date of the DSUR starts like now, suppose the CTA, the clinical trial application, is approved in the month of April 2023. Now then the first DSUR will be submitted again in the month of April 2024. Okay, so that is and from now on the cycle of the submission of DSUR will start. The chief investigator must file the original signed DSUR with related acknowledgements in correspondence in the trial master file. So now the trial master file is actually a file which is kept with the investigator or which is retained by the sponsor, sorry, not with the investigator, which is retained by with the sponsor, that is known as a trial master file, which contains all the documents which are required before, after, or during the clinical trial process. And on the basis of that trial master file only, all other documents are made. So that is known as a trial master file. So the chief investigator, they file the DSUR, they signs the DSUR, and they file the DSUR with all the related information which can be collected from the documents in the trial master file, and all the other information which is collected from the other sources which is significant related to the use of the drug. So that is actually the DSUR is. Purpose of the DSUR. What is the purpose? What is the objective of making or submitting this DSUR? That is, whether a medicine is marketed or not, the goal of a DSUR is to present an extensive scientific annual review and evaluation of relevant safety data gathered during the reporting period relating to a drug under investigation. So now the purpose of the DSUR, that whether the medicine is in market or not, that is to present the evaluation, the safety data which is gathered during that particular interval, means that during that 1 year from the clinical trial process, so that the regulatory authorities can review and evaluate the safety of the drug. And if the drug is not safe, then unnecessary harm to the participant should not be caused. There and then the regulatory authority, they can take the decision to stop the clinical trial or to pause the clinical trial, whatever the condition, depending upon that what the condition is, and further what actions can be taken. Determining whether the data that sponsor collected during the reporting period is consistent with knowledge of the product safety, describing new safety concerns that might affect the safety of clinical trial study participants, a summary of the present state of knowledge and risk management of both identified and prospective issues, and giving a status report on the clinical investigation or development program's progress and the findings of the study. So now, depending on that, what are the data which is submitted to the regulatory authority during that reporting interval, so that data should be related to the product safety. Okay, the new safety concern should be discussed which may affect the safety of the clinical participants. Okay, and what is the state of knowledge, means updated status, and what is the risk management information is available related to both identified and unidentified or prospective adverse effects. So all that information is given in that DSUR. Okay, so that DSUR can inform the regulatory authorities about not only about the progress of the clinical trial process, but also about the safety and the risk which is associated with the use of the product. So writing the DSUR written in accordance with the NOCLR DSUR SOP, the DSUR must be submitted to MHRA. So I'm not telling you with this no color DSUR SOP, it is subjective. So I will tell you that from ICH website, where the ICH E2 guidelines, which are related to the submission of pharmacovigilance documents. So in that, the document is provided, which is related to the submission of DSUR, so that you can follow for because NOCLER is nothing but it is a contract organization which is not fit for all. So in general, I'm telling you. So I'll show you that from where you can access this DSUR, actually the contents of the DSUR. So now you can see that on this, in this efficacy guidelines. So E2 to E2A to E2F is related to pharmacovigilance, and in this, yes, E2F guideline is related to development safety update report. Okay, so now you can just click on this E2F guidelines. Okay, and this PDF will open, and in this PDF you will find all the details related to the content of the development safety update report. Okay, so these are the link to both the documents. First one is for DSUR, and the other one is for New Drug Clinical Trial Rules 2019. This document is first, it is in Hindi, but then after like 200 pages, or after like, I guess about after 100 pages, I guess. No, not after 100 pages. Yeah, so approximately after about, yeah, so after, from page number 147, the same document, it is translated into English as well. So no worries, that don't worry that this document is in Hindi. So you can go through the document as in English as well. You'll find the list of all the documents, like I'll show you. This here you can see that investigators brochure, how you can write the investigators brochure. Now you can see the format, the content, everything is given. Okay, then after that you can discuss about, then like for the clinical trial protocol, what is the format, the content which you have to write, that is discussed. Okay, so like this you can follow this document. Okay.